to another video how to by Darkwood. Today's video we're going to cover how to make a basic map in this game that we have all started to like so much called Battlecry of Freedom. Go down here to Scene Editor. Start with Default. You come up on this screen right here. Basic map. Hold Control hit E like it says. Put in your name. We'll call it right, and we'll put in my name. You can change this later on, but you cannot change the author name. And then you get started, right? So if you want to do your size, it's weird how they have stuff placed in this game to find it. As you'll find as you explore the map creator in a scene editor, whatever you want to call it, in Battlecry of Freedom. So you go to paint terrain, and then you'll come down here to size. Right now, 800 by 800 is the biggest that they have, which, as you can see, is pretty freaking big. There's 600. Which is what I'm going to use for this demonstration. So now we've got that. The two basic things that you need to know is your spawn points. And this is just, like I said, a basic map. So we'll go up here to scene props. You got scene props, map settings. This is important right here as well. The metadata. Infantry allowed, cavalry is allowed, artillery is allowed. What do you want on it? What style of map play do you want? Commander battle, commander conquest. And this right here is the most important one. Client will save on download. That means somebody can take this map and alter it. So I always uncheck that because that's how I was shown. Right? Your terrain height, which is terraforming pretty much. This changes the height, the radius, the area, and the sensitivity at which you terraform. Then your scene props. Okay, so we're going to do two basic spawns. And the spawn points are located in the capture point section. Right here at the top. Home spawn area. So you want to open, once you have that, you want to open the variation IDs. The only one that really matters is this variable 1. 1 is for attack. This is neutral right now. So 3 means neutral. 1 is attacker, 2 is defender. So I'm going to make this the attacker. I hit spacebar on the keyboard to drop the item out, and then I left click it. Right, so now I have the object out here. Go ahead and close this. This is the basic key commands that there isn't any, basic directions on how to do stuff in this game. So this is what the video is for. T, the letter T key, raises it up and down. The letter G moves it. The letter Y turns it. Get a little closer so you can see. All right. I'm using W and S to zoom in and out. The letter Q and E. E lower and Q is raise. Holding down the right click on the mouse to get my angles. And then, A and D slide left and right. Okay, so G moves it, Y turns it, T raises it, Z tilts it, and then X turns it. It turns it on I can't remember which axis it is, but it just turns it. Again, this is a basic map making video, man. So once you've got that one down, you go over here to the other side. And just like in the game, I'm holding shift to zoom. You can change your sensitivity and all that in the settings for how fast you zoom around. But okay, so I like to click off of it and then click on it again, hit variable IDs, put a 2, space bar, again drops it. Left click and place it. Now there's a couple tricks. If you space bar an item and you leave it, I'll just show you. Right? Put out a plank. I'm gonna put some lean on it, like I'm gonna make and just putting the shape on it, right? It's not there. Boom, I hit it. Now when I hit spacebar again, it pops another one out at the same angle. Right? If you want to remove it, you just click on it. Select when it turns green, hit delete key. Delete. Delete. Okay, so that right there, you have two home spawns, both different variables. That's pretty much all you need. Now you could have it right here just like this and spawn people in and just have a fight right now with nothing here. Right, I'm gonna go up here. So that's basically how you get your map started. And that I think is the most important thing. So now when you go to paint the terrain, you can generate terrain colors, import, export. It's a lot. Update grass. I've never even messed with that. I'll show you some terraforming here. This is basically going to be a giant artillery duel map. Where the two sides cannot reach each other on, other than shooting lead. Hot lead cannon balls. Right. So we'll go over here to terrain height. So right now it's on raised terrain. You can see the width. Right, I'll change this. See now it's wider. Right, and that's raising it. Now I can lower it. just like that. But I've got it pretty wide, so it takes a pretty good swath out. So we'll just raise this back up. But when you change this up, right? It's like you want to create a little hill action. Sit there and hold it in one spot. It'll just keep going up and up. All right, this is how you make terraforming. Now, when you get over here to this, you can smooth all this out. You don't have to lower it. You can just hit smooth, and it pushes it all out. I mean, it's pretty much to be directly over it when you're placing stuff. That's the different techniques for, so we'll go right out here. Bang, 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 bang. Fix all that. Look, right there's the bottom of the map. So pretty much, because I don't like spawn campers, and you can't just have a map up in your server, man, where people aren't going to do that, because there's always some asshole that's going to do that. This eliminates that. Right? Okay. So we've bottomed the map out. Now we need to fill that with water. So you go down here into this selection right here. This is you'll be in here for. I'm still haven't explored all of this, but I know you go to other, go all the way to the bottom, and then slide up top here, and then you get to water. Water medium, water trough. There's everything in this video game is right here in this. Water huge swamp, right? So just like we spawned out that flagpole, you hit that space bar and then hold the T. Bam, and then left click, just like you're dropping an object. Swampy, right? So that covers pretty much terraforming, how to add water. Those are important things. So now your objects. Okay. When you gotta go, say you want to drop a couple cannons, you just can't come over here and grab this 10-pound parrot gun, right? You can't do that because it's not a functioning one. So you have to go down here to where at the bottom where it says usable, like this Gatlin, usable Gatlin gun. You place it, turn Y, right? Hit spacebar again, it disappears because I didn't left click it down. So for this artillery duel map, I had planned on putting out I wanted to make two little forts. It'd be like fort versus fort. So I haven't built the forts yet, but they're gonna have these 100-pound guns in it, and you just come over here, usable 100-pound, bam. Okay, now you got the gun, but you don't have any ammo, so you gotta go over here to ammo crates. Right? So now you need the 100-pound budger barrel, as it's called. See, here's the 24-pound budger barrel. 32-pound. Right? Budger barrel, 100-pound variant. Space bar that out. Left click it. There's a set of tools. Heavy artillery implements. It's right underneath it. Right? There's your tools. Now the gun will fire. You got to have a swabber for it. You know, it does. It's not like the other cannons where it's built into it. Again, this is just how to make a basic map, right? So the same thing applies for the other guns. If you want the other guns, certain ones work, right? So like, let's get the ammo chest for the Whitworth. See how the lid's open means it's no good. I know that from trial and error. You want the one with the lid closed. So I go down here at the bottom, Whitworth ammo chest, lid's closed. That's handy. So prop wise, so like when you go to your sapper items, this is where sizing matters, right? So I need to put a bunker around this. I could just make it. I'm going to make this on an elevated platform, but I mean, it's a short video. I'm not trying to take up everybody's time. Probably didn't even watch this long. If you did, you're learning, right? So here's the another key important feature about terraforming in this game. You go down here to earthworks as an example, right? Hit spacebar. That's your standard earthwork size. That doesn't cover very much. The letter B key, if you hold that down and move your mouse, you can make stuff bigger and smaller, right? And then you pull this over here like this, right? So then we go over here to artillery position, make it freaking huge. And I mean, you can even drop this, right? So you come in on it, hit G, Y, turn it. See, and this is how I do it. This gun does not move, so you can do this. Then you come in and hold B. G to move it, Y to turn it. You don't need to use X and Z on this. Right. Now, if you're in a large area and you got a bunch of objects placed and you're having trouble grabbing it, this only happens with trees. Right. You can hold the left click and usually it'll show you up here what it is. This is where you can select stuff to make it disappear, to move it. Again, I've only had to do that, use that when it's in trees, making trees in areas and there's too many and you need to move one and it's hard to grab some stuff. It's just the nature of this game. Get that in place. I mean, you can get right down on it. That, yeah. Now, if the gun's in the is fucked up, just turn it, just like that. I mean, it works on a lot of stuff. So, I mean, some of my maps I put in, you know, stuff makes it looks cool. It's added, like this train, right? It's a choo-choo train. You know, now it's a symbol. Look, you don't even have to have it. It's pretty cool, man. It doesn't even have to work. It just looks good. Like you could almost make a game, make a map mode where it's called like Army Men, right? The Army Men games, but you'd have to scale it. Yeah, that's how. I mean, some of these items look cool. They've got like the trees. We'll go to the trees, or no, flora, flora. Just certain things you can add in here. So like with the buildings, get the chin house out here, drop it out. Okay, example with the flora. Go down here to creeper ivy, right? Hit the B. It's like that. Hit the B again. Leaves it in the same shape. Just layer it on. Just stuff like that, right? Then you just hit and make it all disappear. I mean, this is pretty much basic to get you started, right? Because there isn't anything on the internet on how to do this. I had the nice enough person to give me the information, and I'm sharing it with y'all. I'm not doing this for popularity. I don't need likes. I don't need subscribers. In none of my videos do you hear me say hit the like or subscribe button at the video at the beginning of it. No, I want everybody to be on the same page. But somebody else's imagination to make crazy ass maps like I do, so we can all have fun. I appreciate you tuning in.